Um, this one took some years off my life. All right, playfully. What a nail biter! So much happened at the end of that fourth quarter. But a win is a win is a win is a win that happens to also be a win that is also a win that is a win. It's a win. I'll take it. I'll take it. I bet you the Bills will take it. I bet you that. If they would have said, if they would have if they would have won that game in the same fashion, they would have said, well, you know what? The whole starting secondary was out. We still won the game. We won the game. Wasn't the prettiest win. They tried to take Tua out again. Let's be honest. All right. Didn't work this time because we got a different coach that believes in him, and he didn't have a concussion, weirdly enough. I don't know how that worked out where Tua did not have a concussion. All right. Apparently, his back, which we did see, he tried to get into the end zone on a QB sneak, and he got folded back like a lawn chair, and he was hurting. He was grimacing. He got up, though. I didn't know if it was his knee. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was his knee, lower half, but it was his back, apparently, lower back. Then he gets hit. Milano comes in late, hits him, knocks him back. His back hits, and then his head hits. Tua gets up. Well, first of all, he struggles to get up. Then when he does get up, he's got spaghetti legs like he just got knocked out in a boxing match. Like, he didn't look good. And I'm like, whoa, get him out of there. All right, he's done for the day. He has a concussion. It's a short week. Probably won't even see him for the Bengals game. That's what I was thinking automatically. I'm sure many of you were probably thinking the same. This game is over. I mean, not this game is over. Yeah, that too. But this game is over for Tua. We're not going to see him because he's got a concussion. There's no way he does it because of the way his legs was responding to his brain. His brain was saying walk. His legs was like, you try. So, yeah, that didn't work out too well. Didn't look good. Somehow, some way, okay, they let Tua back in this game. We were 14-14. Somehow we win this game 21-19. All right? The biggest play of this game came on a 3rd and 22, where it's like, man, look, let's try to get 15, 20 yards. We can get a field goal, and we could try, tie this bad boy up. That'd be the best thing we could do right now. Let's try to tie this bad boy up. They was up 17-14. Let's try to tie this bad boy up. Let's get 15 yards or so, make it a long field goal, see if we can't hit it. That's not what they did. They did another one of those effort plays. All right, that's exactly what it was, except this one, instead of to Tyreek, it was to Waddle. Waddle runs a nice little, I would call it a double move, a corner to a post. He ran that. It was zone coverage. The ball was thrown. I'm like, my God, where's this ball going? Right into the breadbasket. And I do mean right into the breadbasket. He didn't break stride one bit on that 45-yard pass. That was a beautiful execution on 3rd and 22 to get us in the red zone. Near the goal line, Edmonds runs that bad boy in. Touchdown. We go up 21-17. At this point, I'm like, look, we're giving ourselves a great chance here. We just got to make a stop. Defense gets out there. How many times we got to see third down after 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 third down be completed by Josh Allen either through his legs or through escaping the rush that tries to get there and almost gets him but can't quite get him, and then he finds an outlet pass. That was the most frustrating thing of the day. The man had 400 yards passing on 63 passes. 63 passes through for 400 yards. That tells you how hard it is what Tua did. Okay? Tua threw for 469 on 50 passes. This man threw 63 passes, had 400 yards, 6.3 yards per attempt. That ain't that great. He just threw a lot. That's not that great of numbers. Those numbers, they're good numbers. He had 3 touchdowns, I believe it was as well. They're good, 2 touchdowns, sorry. They're good numbers, but it's tough in this league to throw for 400 some yards. All right, and when you do it at 63 attempts, then that's not that difficult. All right, when you have 63 attempts, you better throw for 400 yards or darn near close to it. But they got all the way down to the goal line. That first down play, I'm like, just usher them into the end zone. All right? They seemed like they wanted to for a second, that they were trying to push them into the end zone so we could have as much clock as possible, go down and give ourselves a chance with a field goal to tie the game up or a touchdown to win it. But that's not what happened. They don't get it on first down. On second down, we make the stop of the drive, in my opinion, because that second down play was everything. You stopped them for 2-yard loss. That gives you the best chance there. So we stopped them there. Next play, we stopped them again. Fourth down, they sell the game. All right? If that was Tua, y'all would have said, our fans would have said, see, Tua is trash. His arm wore down in the fourth quarter. He couldn't even hit the guy. He was wide open. That's what y'all would have said. All right? Josh Allen did that. Fourth down, his guy's wide open in the end zone. He skipped it to him. All right? We get the ball back. First down, run. Right outside the goal line. Get no yards. Second down, we run a sneak. Get no yards. So it's like, okay, third down, what do we do? My brother was like, man, we need to pass the ball. I'm thinking it would be cool to pass the ball, but if we do, it has to be a safe play, and we need to make sure it's completion because we need to run clock out. We run a boot. Von Miller eats the boot up. We throw an incomplete pass, which, thank God it was incomplete because Edmonds was heading out that way, and if that pass was any more off, it's an easy pick six right into the end zone, which he was already close to. So at this point, my heart is racing because I'm like, dude, we don't need a safety. That's the last thing we need right now because that means they could just win the game now with 3 points, and then we're going to give them like a minute to do so. We don't need a safety. Fourth down, we're punting. Now, a punter usually has 15 yards, all right, of space. Well, when you're in the end zone, there's 10 yards. So your heels are right there at 10 yards, and you usually have another 5 yards to execute a punt. Well, then, in, I guess, honor of the butt fumble, we now have a punt block. All right? The Dolphins now have cemented themselves in GIF history with a butt block, if you will, off the behind of Sherfield, where we boot the ball, it goes right off Sherfield's behind, straight into the air, out of the back of the end zone, thank God, for a safety rather than a touchdown. At this point, some people in my family are like, this game is over, we are going to lose, I see it already. I'm like, man, I just hope that we can make something happen, but it doesn't look good. Because we're giving Josh Allen the ball back with a minute and some to go, and all he needs is a field goal to win. We give them the ball. They're coming down the on field on us. They had some incomplete passes. We get some rush. We make some things happen. Then it's like 20 seconds left or something like that. 18 seconds left, 22 seconds left, something like that. We throw the ball. Well, first at the beginning of the play, we try to sack them. Josh Allen gets out of it. He finds McKenzie. McKenzie tries to run out of bounds. He can't get there. They try to clock it. It was like maybe 6, 7, 8 seconds left when he was trying to clock the ball. When they were trying to, when he got downed, and now you're trying to clock the ball. You need typically 10 to 11 seconds. 11 is ideal to be able to execute a clock. They can't do it. We win the game on a last-second play by the defense. Holding up. Defense led up over 100 yards rushing. They led up 400 yards passing. Still, at the end of the game, they did what they needed to do. We sacked Josh Allen 4 times in this game. Okay? Tua got sacked once. Bridgewater got sacked once. We got sacked twice. They got sacked 4 times. Now, I will say this. They had backup linemen in all over the place. This was a game of attrition. Guys were going out left and right. They were handing out more IVs than Publix on a buy 2, get 1. All right? Like, it was, or a buy 1, get 2. Like, it was crazy the amount of IVs people needed or cramp stoppages. What we did, and I don't know if this was planned, but it was great. We forced the Bills offense to stay out on the field. All right? They couldn't get those quick strike touchdowns. They were in that sweltering heat. Them Buffaloes was getting tired. Okay? Like, they were getting tired out. Linemen huffing and puffing. Can't do nothing else. Josh Allen at one point was huffing and puffing. Stephon was in and out of the game for cramps. Like, being on the field so much drained the offense. Usually you hear the defense getting drained for being on the field so much, but the offense got drained for being on the field so much and us being physical with them at every turn, causing them to exert this energy where at the end of the fourth quarter, they about tapped out. All right, they had nothing left. They couldn't give much left. At the end of the game, even for McKenzie, trying to get out of bounds was a struggle. He couldn't get there. Getting back lined up was a struggle. After the game, he laid back on the ground like, bro, what's going on? Like, I'm beat. Josh Allen on Tua's shoulder like, bro, I'm beat right now. All right? We did that. We caused them somehow, some way to exert a bunch of energy on offense where they couldn't do what they needed to do to execute a win at the end of the game. All right? This was one of the biggest wins of the last few years. Last week's win was great. I don't take nothing from it. And they're a good team. They beat up on the Patriots, who, I mean, it was close. And then towards the end, they just pulled away. So they beat up on the Patriots for us. Good deal. I'm cool with that. But, man, last week's win, great as it was, this one was even better because we're talking about a defensive type win. Not yardage-wise, but points-wise. You hold a team like that to 17 points on offense, you did your job. You did your job. All you need is for the defense to do is, offense to do is to score more points than they did. Tua led 3 scoring drives. Yeah, he only had 1 touchdown to show for it, but I don't care about that. That's just a stat. Nobody cares. He led 3 drives for touchdowns. Plain and simple. Yes, out of the half, we came out flat. It wasn't as good as when Tua went out with the injury, all right? We had momentum there. I believe we would have scored points there in that moment. We had momentum, and Tua didn't have a lot of yards in this game because we weren't out on the field a lot in the second half or in the first half for that matter, but he made some drives count. And he made the one that counted count for sure because we got 21 points up. They couldn't muster up enough points to win the game. We win that game. Yes, they had injuries everywhere, depleted secondary, but we didn't win the game like that. If we would have won the game like that, there could have been a great argument for it. All right, but that's not how we won the game because we were barely out there anyway. We won the game because our defense was able to make the clean stops they needed to make when it counted. And that zero blitz was all over the place. We were zeroing. We were fake zeroing. Every third down, you could expect a zero. They were killing us on it, but we also made plays when it counted. 2 big plays of the game. That pass to Waddle that set up the touchdown, and then that first touchdown drive where we didn't have to do much on offense. Ingram recovered what Holland caused on a fumble. We set up the offense for a touchdown to, I believe, at that point, tie the game up. All right, so that's great. You love to see it. Now we're on to the Bengals. We don't even have a lot of time here. All right, we're on to the Bengals. That's a Thursday night game. We got to see if Tua's back is going to be fine. We got to see if Little will be okay with his fingers. I mean, some guys are just going to be beat, okay? And there's not enough time to really get healed up the right way. So we'll hope that we don't have to see Teddy Bridgewater because Lord knows I don't want to see him. And we'll hope that Tua can play that game, which I believe he will. Tua showed the toughness that you need to see. All right, for a guy that was walking the way he was walking, for him to step back out and then lead his team to a victory, you got to give props to Tua. Round of applause to him. Also want to give a round of applause to Jalen Waddle for another 100-yard game. I want to give rounds of applause to key guys on the defense. Javon Holland, although he dropped the interception. I want to say, yeah, was it one? One. He dropped one. Also want to give one to Ingram. Also want to give one to the defensive line. They created pressure a lot of the times. Yes, they didn't always get there, but you're going against a great guy. So, I'll give them their respects on that. All right. I can't give X nothing. If X would have got an interception, he could have got a round of applause. Blank stare. All right. There has to be a blank stare here. I got to give a blank stare. And I love this guy, but I have to give him a blank stare for the day. Unfortunately. All right. Number 30. Now you go say your name. Bro, what was that, bro? The ball is right in your hand, bro. You're looking at the defense. You're a fullback. You pride yourself on contact. You can't be looking at the defense and not looking that ball in. The ball was perfectly thrown. 30. What were you doing? Anyway, all right. That's the only one I'm going to give out blank stare-wise. I know I could give out some more, but that's the only one I'm going to give out because defense showed up when it counted. Offense did what they needed to do, was put up enough points to win. They did that. It was the sloppiest game ever. Just the weirdest game ever. But we won. We're 3-0. We're the only 3-0 team in the AFC. Let's get it. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. See y'all on Monday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday. And then Wednesday for the preview.